I've been playing in this world for just over 4 years, and today is the day where I am finally gonna finish my base. Kind of. This world isn't going anywhere, and I will definitely be building more stuff within these mountains in future videos, but this is episode number 99, 100 is just around the corner, and I want to get this base to a point where if I was to stop playing, it would be a finished enough project that I would be happy to call it complete. Again, it's not going to be finished, it just could be. And besides, when are you ever really finished with a project? There's always more to do. So we are going to have our hands pretty full today. We got a lot to get done, some pretty big stuff, some really small stuff, but there's a lot of it, so yeah, let's get started. Actually, let's turn around. The first thing we can do is replace my XP machine up here. Let's just say it no longer works. Instead, it's just a cactus farm and nothing else. Once upon a time, this was a wonderful little machine. There were 2 farms underground, cactus and bamboo, which would funnel into this furnace, go smelting away and accumulate XP for me to grab at any point in time. Until the bamboo farm broke and then I just could not be bothered to fix it, and for about a year, it's just been sitting here doing nothing. So instead, we're replacing it with an auto rocket crafter. Crafting rockets isn't exactly the most strenuous task in the world, but I do it a lot, so having an auto crafter for this sort of thing is actually going to be pretty helpful. And I'd say it matches the style of what we had before, so an improvement across the board, I would say. And we don't really need the XP machine anymore because we have a new and improved one here at the nuclear facility, which is actually the main thing that I want to work on today. It is in dire need of finishing. There's still some more stuff that I want to add around here, but having these platforms alone make a world of difference. It actually looks like it's one whole building project, not just individual builds placed on top of the terrain. It really brings the whole area together, I guess is what I'm saying. I was debating on doing something with the terrain, but honestly, I just don't know what I could do without making it look just really out of place with the surroundings, so I might chuck a little bit of extra tall grass around, but for the most part, we're going to leave it as it is. I did see a comment of someone recommending I put candles on top of the iron bars to give it a, barbed wire effect, or at least something spiky. You know what? That actually works. That's kind of cool, isn't it? I crafted way too many candles, but that's okay. The fence looks great. Wonderful suggestion, Noobus of Noob 3236. Appreciate ya. I've had this thing up and running for a good long while now, and I haven't used it at all, so I'm actually pretty curious to see how much XP has accumulated in these furnaces. Just flick the lever, and then we grabbed some kelp, and fixed 1.5 tools. That's pretty good. That is a much more respective looking tool shulker box. And we're getting tons and tons of dried kelp too, which is really nice. More stuff to be done around here though, that's for sure. We did have a big open patch of grass here, so I put a concrete platform because it just needed a little bit of something to fill in the space. We've now got a staircase opening that leads down underground to the kelp farm, so if I need to check on it for any reason, we've got easy access now. Just beside that, we have a small control panel station that perhaps could be linked to what we're building in this open space. I don't exactly know what it is, but I'm pretending that these are superheated metal rods of some kind that need cooling down. I don't know why, I'm not a nuclear physicist, I don't know how any of this works, I just think it looks kind of cool. It has gotten incredibly dark down this tunnel, and I'm guessing that's because my copper lamp has oxidize, yes. Let's give that a little axe and a wax. Very nice. Much better. I can actually see down here now. Oh. You're going to need the same treatment. But I would say this place is now finished. A couple months after starting it. We got there in the end. There are probably some more things we could add around here, but there always are with projects like this. I think how we've got it at the moment is so much better than what it was before. The main thing that's probably going to take up my time today is adding in pathways. There's a few builds in my world that aren't connected to anything, and I want to change that. I would actually like to get everything linked up, at least at the base here. But naturally, that's going to take a while to do, so I will of course be procrastinating and leaving that till the very end most likely. So instead, we are going to rescue some animals. I feel a little bit bad. There's a lot of animals in my base here in a similar situation as to this goat, where they've just spawned here as the world's generated and they've been stuck. But I'm going to help you all out today, so do not fear. I don't actually know if this is a good place to take you because we're still really high up. That's okay, just follow along the railway here. I think this pig is also stuck. I always see him on that trapdoor, and I think the rails might be blocking his pathing, so we'll come back and help him too. But for now, goat, you are saved. You're welcome. This way, little piggy. Let's give you more than 3 blocks to walk on. Okay, you're really stuck, aren't you? Come on. Let's... Oh, no. Stay there. Don't move. A trotter. Just stay exactly where you are. Oh, okay. That was close. There you go, buddy. Be free. There's one more hiding here. I nearly missed him. He's blending in with the snow. Come on, buddy. Out you come. There we go. I have officially rescued everyone. This must be what Superman feels like when he saves the city. While I was up here in the mountains rescuing the animals, I have noticed that I do have some ugly parts of the terrain here. Oh! It's nothing terrible. Just looks like there's a few blocks missing, you know? I'm literally just looking to make it so it doesn't look like it's got a chunk missing. It's not going to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but will hopefully look a little bit better. Yeah, I'm happy with that. These are the sort of holes that I look at from time to time, and it just pains me, but it's one of those things I've been just putting off forever. I got a few more dotted around here, so I'm going to take care of them. I think I've got pretty much all of the holes. There's still probably a couple odd ones here or there, but to me, it looks pretty good. You guys most likely can't even tell a difference, but that's okay. On to something a little bit more noticeable now. You may see how there's a lot more trees on this side of the mountain range compared to over here. That's simply because I've done all of this after I did most of this, and I just haven't gotten around to the trees yet, but it really does need it because it looks a little bit empty over here. We have got some big old trees over here. This one alone is at least 50% bigger than anything I've made on the other side. Now it does perhaps look a little bit empty still, and that's intentional. I didn't want to go overboard with the trees because chances are I'm probably going to build some more stuff over here at some stage, and I didn't want to fill in every single space. I did also build some over here by our rail line. This is kind of tucked away around the back of the base, so probably not going to build anything, but you know, we got a few small spaces if we want to. I've also left most of this area open, and that's because I'm planning on a pretty large build that I think will end up going here. Not something we'll get to today. That couldn't really be crammed in with everything else, but yeah, it's going to be a good spot for it, I think, so didn't want to put a tree in the way. But that is all we're going to do with the trees for today, which allows us to go on to the next task, and it's actually timed pretty perfectly. I've just picked up my last stack of golden carrots. I'm completely out now. I can get more fairly easily from my villager trading hall over here. Got a couple of farmers up on the top level. these two guys right here, having their pretty cheap golden carrot trades. Then I've got 4 more farmers in the horse stable over here, and that's 6 in total. You think it would be enough, but I still constantly run out of golden carrots, so I would just like a few more. I probably could just shove a couple more villagers in with the ones already in here. There's plenty of composters to go around, but in this game, when I'm presented with the opportunity to build something, I usually like to take it. This is a nice little house. Maybe not what you would think of for a farmhouse for the farmer villagers. The block palette doesn't exactly match that vibe too well, but it does go nicely with everything else we got here in the mining settlement area, so I'd at least say it blends in fairly well. As for the interior, we don't have an awful lot going on inside of here, to be completely honest. It's mostly just some cages, cells, compartments. We'll go with compartments for the villagers to be trapped inside of. We've got 6 down here, and then I've also added 2 more up on the top level. We are going to have to get rid of these barrels just for the time being, otherwise the villagers that we bring over here are definitely going to become fishermen instead of farmers. I did give the villagers in this tower here some bread earlier, so hopefully they've been busy and making lots of children. We'll just pop down here and have a look. See how lucky we got. I'm hoping at least 1, just to know it's still working. We've got 4. That's better than expected, honestly. You guys just have a little bit more of this and keep at it. You're doing great work. And I will work on building a rail line over to the farmer's house. Okay, there we are. Rail line is ready to go. Let's just head through the train station. I forgot you guys were here. I needed these for a project, and I do not recall what it is, but that's actually great because I don't think I've got enough villagers as of yet, so I'll cure you in a second. But for right now, let me just collect a non-infected villager. Be careful on the way through, don't get bitten. Okay, he's good. Ow. Is he coming? I don't think so. I think he's frozen. I think he got stuck. Yeah, I'm just stood at the end of the rail like an absolute lemon. Come on, buddy. Keep it going. Keep it moving. Oh, here he comes down the slope and up the final hill and into position. Oh, sorry. You took a little bit of damage, but you, my friend, are officially a farmer. Oh, didn't mean to go quite in here. Let me do this. There we are. Break my way through, and then I think I should be able to just break your minecart if I can figure out. There we are. Perfect. Now to do that, 7 more times. Look at you guys, all moved into your new home. Admittedly, yes, you are trapped for an eternity, forever to trade and trade until this world no longer exists. But in the grand scheme of villager trading halls, trust me, you guys got it pretty good. I've also gone ahead and got them all to master level. We got the golden carrots unlocked on every single trade, and I'm not going to bother with the discount. They're already 2 emeralds, some of them are even 1 emerald, I think. So it's negligible really, probably not worth the effort. But with these 8 villagers in position, that gives us 14 in total. Quick maths off the top of my head there. Or maybe not so quick maths, but that should mean my golden carrot supply is going to last even longer. A couple of months ago, I was doing some smelting over here at my super smelter. I was just waiting for it to finish up, stood here, and boom. Creeper explosion everywhere, catastrophic, the worst thing in the world, right? And ever since then, I've got some creeper protection enforcement. This cat does a marvelous job at keeping them astray. can't speak for the rest of the mobs, but they don't scare me as much. Creepers, What's a rabbit? Okay, rabbits and creepers, they scare me. The rest, they're fine. Don't mind if they intrude in here. I've also got one stationed at the nuclear reactor base, but there's quite a few more buildings around here that are just open to the elements, like my iron foundry. There's actually 2 entrances to this place, which means I can be attacked from both sides if I'm collecting the iron from inside of here. So pretty much, I need some more cats. And it just so happens that 2 episodes ago, we built a cat treehouse. I knew this wasn't just an aesthetic choice, you guys are proving to be helpful already. We've got ourselves 4 new recruits. One of them is going to sit inside of the greenhouse where we have our sugarcane farm. Another can go in the lumber mill. I come to this place quite a lot, so it's important we keep it safe. We're going to have another inside of our mega structure, or just sitting in the entranceway to it. And the last one, of course, can go inside of the iron foundry. The rest of the structures around here, I either don't go inside of all that often, or very simply have a door. Before I started this episode, I made a list of everything that I wanted to complete, but something that wasn't on this list, and I don't know why it wasn't, because it's been a massive eyesore at my base for the longest time, is this waterfall. It has either gotta go, or be turned into something a little bit prettier. Probably the latter. I would kind of like to keep this from freezing over, so maybe if we just pop in a couple of lanterns. Do we want it on the wall or just kind of placed down beside it? Honestly, I'm thinking we just do straight lantern. This is something I should have done a long time ago. It looks so much better and it took no time at all. It's maybe not the most exciting of things, but it is very necessary. My nether hub needs some maintenance. There's a few builds in this world that I haven't yet linked up, and I probably should get that sorted. Mainly because next episode will include a world download for all of my wonderful YouTube members, so I want to make it as easy as possible to get around. A couple of portals and a few pathways later, we are done here. Well, unfortunately, now that we're done in there, there is only one last thing left to do. It's time for the pathways, and oh boy, have I got a lot of them to make. Some are going to be really short, like this one for example. I need this pathway to go over to this small tower. What's that, like 12 blocks? Not a big deal. And on the other hand, I've got some builds way off in the distance, like my botanical garden over there. That's a little bit more than 12 blocks. Well, there we go. My base is now entirely connected, at least for the most part. I think the only build that isn't linked up to anything at the moment is our temple on top of the mountain here. I managed to connect the big old tower to the dam over there, but this one is just too out of the way, and I don't want to place in too many paths around this area because I don't know what and where I'm going to build. But everything else is totally connected. The nuclear power plant over there leads up to the doorway. The ruined castle has a path leading up to the side of it. Our bee village way off in the distance. You can't really see the pathway, but it is there, trust me. Even stretching all the way out to the botanical garden there. The final pathway that I made was leading up to our villager breeding tower. With the way the terrain is, I couldn't really take the pathway all the way up to it, so I've had to make this wooden staircase wrapping around the side of the mountain. Had to do a similar thing actually leading up to the nuclear power plant. There was a ravine that needed crossing, so of course a bridge was kind of necessary. One thing that I did want to ask you guys was your opinion on the pathway design when we're going through grass like this. Do you like it with the coarse dirt mixed in, or just nothing but path blocks? I can't decide. I like the coarse dirt adding in that little bit of texture, but there's something very clean about just a path block path. Luckily, regardless of whichever one we end up picking, it's pretty easy to change. We can either break it and place coarse dirt or just path the coarse dirt block, so won't be the most annoying of things to change. There is just one final thing that I need to get to today, something I like doing from time to time here at the observatory, and that is to update the map of my base. It wasn't too long ago since we last did this, so it doesn't look a whole lot different, but it is very nice to see a couple of new builds as well as all of the pathways linking everything together now. But that is going to do it for this one, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed watching. For me, it has been incredibly satisfying actually getting to some of these jobs that I've been putting off for years at this point, at least for some of them. It's all nicely wrapped together in a neat little bow, ready for episode 100, which, by the way, is going to be a full world tour, and I mean full. We are going to showcase every little nook and cranny, every single build I've ever made throughout the entirety of this world in that video. So it's going to be a long one. I hope you're looking forward to it. But I will say bye for now, and thank you so much for watching, as always.